There is a road at the end of the world, a path of ice and where the very concept of cold is redefined. This is Yakutia, the pole of cold. To get here, you must travel through the coldest inhabited region on Earth, a journey of hundreds of miles. Here, temperature is not just weather, it's the governing force of life, a number that dictates everything. Finally, a destination appears from the frozen mist. Oymyakon, population 500 souls. They live in a permanent twilight, shrouded in a fog made from the breath of the village itself. In this cold, the forest itself holds its breath. Every surface is transformed, sculpted by the frost. The great rivers become highways of ice. But even frozen solid, the water is alive, breathing and shifting. As the brief day ends, life retreats indoors. Each small house, a fortress of warmth against the coming night. The cold is a constant siege. But behind these icy walls, generations have not just survived, they have thrived. To walk here is to understand the land. Every step is a negotiation with the elements, a skill passed down. From above, the village reveals its secrets, a network of paths connecting homes, connecting lives in the vast whiteness.
Beneath the surface lies another world, a library of time, written in ice.
Life continues, even under feet of solid ice. For the Yakut people, the frozen river provides a vital lifeline. The land here is not dead, merely sleeping. In places, you can see it breathe, a reminder of the forces beneath. In the world's coldest market, there is no need for freezers. The air itself is the preservative. Inside these homes, the culture is as warm as the fire. Traditions are stitched into the fabric of daily life. Here, you never turn off your car. To let the engine die is to sentence it to a frozen death. The diet is born from the land and the cold. Stroganina, frozen raw fish, provides vital energy for survival. Life does not stop for the cold. For the children of Oymyakon, this frozen world is their playground. The story of this place is written on the faces of its people. A story of endurance, wisdom, and survival. Beneath the surface of modern life, ancient beliefs still hold sway. A spiritual connection to the land and its spirits. Here, the very foundations of a town are turned inside out. The permafrost forces all infrastructure above ground. Every object tells a story, a history of craftsmanship, utility, and cultural identity, kept alive through generations.
The sounds of Yakutia are as unique as the landscape. The vibrating song of the Khomus echoing ancient tales.
Even the simplest chores become extraordinary. Here, laundry doesn't dry, it freeze-dries, becoming brittle as glass. Warmth is not a luxury, it's a full-time job. A winter's supply of wood is a family's most precious resource. A monument stands here, not to a hero or a battle, but to a number. A testament to nature's power. But life adapts in extraordinary ways. The Yakutian horse, a creature forged by the Ice Age, still roams here. With coats thick enough to withstand the deepest cold, they survive the winter outdoors, without shelter. Their genetics are a map of survival, a living link to a prehistoric world, perfectly adapted for this one. When the cold deepens at night, the air is so still you can hear a sound, called the whisper of the stars. It is a world of brutal hardship, and moments of the most profound, unearthly beauty imaginable. In this silent world, other hunters are at work. Survival depends on senses sharpened by the extreme environment. Man's best friend here is also a product of the cold. The Laika, a dog with the wilderness in its heart. The forest is full of stories, written in the snow. a silent language of pursuit, escape, and survival. In a land where the ground is frozen solid, even saying goodbye presents an immense challenge. Despite the seeming stillness, life is everywhere, waiting patiently in a frozen slumber for the distant promise of spring. The future of this place rests with a generation that bridges two worlds, ancient traditions and a modern reality. This was your great-grandmother. She loved this garden more than anything. We would spend hours here every summer. To live here is to understand your place in the world, to feel both small and infinitely connected. It is a fragile outpost of warmth and light in an ocean of cold and darkness, a testament to community.
What does one learn from a life lived at the edge of possibility? A deep respect for the cold,
but also a profound appreciation for the simple, precious gift of warmth. This land does not give up its secrets easily. It demands respect. It demands resilience. But for those who call it home, it is not an adversary. It is a defining presence.
A force that shapes not just the land, but the soul, the enduring spirit of the pole of cold.
But this road, this lifeline, holds a darker story. A history built on suffering, buried just beneath the ice. They call it the Road of Bones. Built by the prisoners of Stalin's gulags, its foundations hold their memory. The forest is slowly reclaiming these sites of immense suffering. But the ghosts of the past remain. 1 million lives were lost along this road, each one leaving behind only whispers and the faintest of traces. Nature here covers the scars of history with a blanket of ice. A cold, beautiful, and deceptive peace. There are few monuments. For most, the road itself is the only tombstone, the only memorial.
Now, a new challenge emerges. The permafrost, which has held this land and its history for millennia, is waking up.
As the ice melts, it releases ancient carbon into the atmosphere, a process that could accelerate warming across the globe.
Scientists from around the world are here, racing to understand the consequences of this great thaw. These ice cores are archives of our planet's history, and they carry a stark warning for its future.
To understand the full story of Yakutsia, we must travel beyond the forests, to the open tundra. Here, another ancient culture endures. The Evenk people, the nomadic masters of the tundra. For the Evenk, life revolves around one animal, the reindeer. It is their food, their transport, their culture. Their home is not a place on a map. It is a moving camp that follows the ancient migration of the herds.
Inside the chum, the family is the center of the universe, a world of warmth, stories, and shared strength.
To move with the herd is to feel the pulse of the tundra, a rhythm of life that has beaten for centuries.
Every part of the reindeer is used. Its milk, rich in fat, provides vital nourishment in the harsh climate.
Their culture is worn on their sleeves. Every stitch a story, every pattern a connection to their ancestors. They are the people of the reindeer. A nomadic life in perfect, fragile balance with the natural world. But this balance is constantly tested. The wolf, the ancient adversary of the herd, is always watching. From birth, the connection is forged. A relationship not of owner and animal, but of partners in survival. For centuries, this was the only way to travel. A silent glide across a frozen ocean of land. Then, after 9 months of winter, a change comes. A sudden, violent, and complete transformation. It is a reminder that here, nature operates on a scale that dwarfs human understanding. A raw display of force,
The brief Siberian summer is an explosion of life. 3 months of frantic, non-stop growth under a sun that never sets. For the reindeer, summer is not a relief, but a trial. A constant battle against a relentless, blood-sucking horde. The summer solstice is marked by Yakh, the most important festival in Yakut culture. A celebration of rebirth. Elaborate costumes and ancient silver jewelry, passed down through generations, are worn with immense pride. Ancient rituals are performed to honor the spirits and to welcome the return of the sun and the renewal of life. The summer brings migratory visitors. The wetlands and lakes become a vital breeding ground for countless species of birds. The land provides a sudden bounty. Berries, rich in vitamins, are a crucial part of the summer diet. Every moment of the short summer is precious, a time for gathering and for preparing for the long darkness ahead.
Summer also reveals the geological wonders hidden by the snow.
These stone sentinels have watched over the river for 500 million years. Autumn is not a season here, but a fleeting moment. A final, brilliant flash of color before the white returns. For the herders, this is a critical time. A race against the coming cold to prepare for the long journey ahead. And then, it comes. The first snow. A quiet promise of the 9-month winter about to reclaim the land. The transformation is swift and absolute. Within days, the world of color is and so the cycle completes. The great cold returns to Oymyakon, and life settles back into its winter rhythm.
The siege of winter begins again. But for the people here, it is not an ending, but a familiar beginning.
The winter roads reopen, and the vital flow of supplies resumes. A modern world, built upon the ice. It is a life of extremes. Of profound darkness and brilliant light, of crushing cold and defiant warmth. To experience this place is to witness the earth at its most raw, its most challenging, and its most beautiful.
It is a world where stories are as vital as fire, a way of carrying the past into the future.
A world that teaches a simple, powerful lesson, that life, in all its forms, is resilient. It is a world that endures, and in its endurance, it offers a profound story of survival.